Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I was going to say good morning, but it probably won't be morning for you. It's probably around 4 o'clock on a Sunday, if you are watching this as one of the first to watch it. It is a Tuesday morning, and the first job of the day is to go and check on my newly hatched baby chicks. So I have chickens in my garden, and I have a couple of fertile chickens in my garden. The egg-laying hens aren't very fertile, the ones that came out of the egg-laying industry. They're not fertile, but I do have a large cockerel. His name is Canter Nest, and he's asleep at the moment in his house over there. That's his house, with lots of leaves on the top, because we had to have cover because of flock down last year. Anyway, Canter Nest, the cockerel, get it? And his wife, Kim Kardashian hen, we don't talk about the fact that actually in real life they're no longer together, but for the purposes of my punny chicken names, they make children. And one of the bantam hens, I have a little bantam called Thelma. This is quite a complicated family tree, isn't it? She sat on a few eggs a month ago, and I hatched 2 chicks. There would have actually been more chicks. I have to stay outside because the light in my house is so bad, but there would have been more chicks, but unfortunately she got off them. And it was really sad because actually I cracked them open expecting not to see a chick, and they were so fully formed. I think they probably would have just needed another day or so, but because she had the bigger chicks, she felt she needed to look after them maybe. And yeah, real pity actually, because we would have had 4, which could have been 4 cockerels. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because I hatched a couple of eggs before and we got 2 cockerels, Kanye and his brother, and I rehomed his brother. So let's say fingers crossed. I don't do this very much, but she sat on the eggs and she'd been sitting on them, and I didn't know she was sitting on them, and so now here we are. Anyway, please don't be horrible to me on the internet. Thanks. I've got an exciting day today. Oh, I'll show you them. Let's go. Hang on. Here they are. Excuse the mess of my garden. And you'll see the baby. Hello, Thelma. Don't worry. You're not in danger, love. She's quite angry if we do go and, get involved. But maybe she will move and you'll see them. You gonna move? Like just floofing yourself out to care for them. Well, anyway, they're completely feral already because she really doesn't like me, so that's fantastic. But right, we're off to the yard. We're going to do some arena hire today with my new horse, Belle. I have told you a bit about her. I haven't introduced her as such as a new horse, maybe I have said it enough times, but nobody seems to be very excited about it, and it's quite exciting. She's very cool. She's very hairy at the moment, so she's doesn't look quite as fancy as maybe she could, but anyway, I'm going to take her and one other horse for some training with my friend Abby. It's going to be dark now because I'm in my house. My house is so dark. But that's the plan. Right, to the yard via a cup of tea and a bit of toast. So I just recorded a whole bit of video and it deleted it. I'm at the yard now, as you can see. And I'm going to have a ride on Blondie, and Meg's going to longline Zora, and then we're going to get ready and we're going to go to arena hire. We're going to aim to leave at about 9:15. It's now 8 o'clock, I think. Yeah, bang on, 8 o'clock. And yeah, Blondie was so good yesterday. Did some long lining. She was just better. She's just so much more fluent and easy and happy and forward and all of those things. That was really nice. So yeah, gonna go and have a little ride in the arena. To those on YouTube who say she's arena sour, I literally never go in the arena, not very often. It's definitely not the issue. It's all about intention. And actually somebody sent me such an interesting message yesterday that although I don't nag with my leg at her, I'm nagging her with my voice. So I need to be like, question, wait, not like question, 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 question. So yeah, I'm really interested to give that a try, because yesterday when I was longlining, she went straight away, no hesitance. So I'm gonna go and do some positive reinforcement stuff with some food on that topic. Let's see how it goes. I'm not going to video everything because otherwise this video ends up way too long, but I'll let you know how it goes. How about that? Who's a good girl then? Zora's done some good long lining. You've been really brave, haven't you, Blundus? Quite a fun angle. Oh, it's windy, huh? Good girl. So we're loading up the lorry. The Kentucky girths. Wouldn't ride. I really like these actually. They really are good. Oh, what are you looking for? I got Marty go. Oh, that one. Oh, that's brown, that one. Yeah, we'll put it in, and then if we can't swap them, then we will. Thanks. Were they the only ears you could find?
Yeah, they're probably deep buried away.
Okay. I wonder if they might even be in here. We've got our Harry Dab saddles, Ravens, and Belle's. Belle and Blondie actually, they're the same ones. That's the one I just rode Blondie in. Belle's bridle. She's just ridden in a loose ring neutral snaffle. That's got some snacks on it from Blondie. I should have washed that. And Raven, I ride in a. This is the This is a dirty bit as well. I get cleaned yesterday, which makes me look like a bad person. If my friend Lucy, who I used to work with, saw this, she'd be horrified. This is an Expert Bits comfy barrel, so that moves. And so does that. Everything moves in the egg butt. That one. They're two different colours actually. That's the sapphire, that's the navy. Oh, and we've got some soundless ears for little Belle to wear, because although I believe that horses need to have a regulated nervous system, sometimes when things like wind come and it's a lot for them, we need a little bit of help. And so that's why she's got those ears to wear. I think they're going to be too small though, because she has got massive ears. Anyway, right, girls are just great getting them groomed. Laurie is ready to go. Lexi? What are you doing? Are you coming? Lexi says she's coming. Here she is. Hey, little Belle. I call her Little Belle. She's just, I don't know, my friend used to have a horse called Little Belle on her yard. Bad bit of video there. So she's now Little Belle. Aren't you, darling? Because you are quite little. She's 15.2, I think. So she's not the biggest. But she's got a big heart and a very big jump. Aren't you? Sweetie pie. Right, let's get these booties on. 2 slightly nervous loaders. But well done, everyone. We made it onto the horse box. Very good. Eat some hay. It's only a very short drive.
Chocolate fry.
Meg's eating cereal. Minus the milk. Apparently these are really good, guys. If you want some delicious chocolate cereal.
From Aldi.
From Aldi. Here we are. Some little jumps. Let's go and get tacked up. Thingy's doing the job. I said to Abby, I was like, everything. Booties? Booties. Raven. Belle, half ready because I don't think these ears fit because her ears are so bloody big. Look, her ear is literally right up to the end. I don't think they're going to fit, but they would look very smart and maybe help you with the weans. Belle was quite stompy on the lorry, and I don't know, did you manage to video her walking on it going the wrong way? She's so weird. So when she goes on the lorry, she doesn't want to go on it the normal way round. She goes in and turns left for some reason and can do like a full, she'll just very happily do a full turn on the hind leg in the lorry and then be facing the correct direction. She has to start the wrong way. It's really, really weird. I don't know where she learnt that. She's got a bit of a sticky stifle. Her right hind stifle is her less good stifle. I need to get that bridle out. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. It's really, really odd. You funny little horse. Exploraging. Oh, you still got a tail bandage on. Beautiful place this. Abby has arrived. So I wanted to record a voiceover on this video because it was really windy that day and you couldn't hear what Abby was saying. So I wanted to reiterate what she was saying myself by recording a voiceover. It's good for my learning as well, and I can explain things in a bit more detail. So you can see she was a little bit unsteady about me getting on. She is still a relatively nervous horse, but it's good to be getting her out and doing things now, little bit at a time, and not pushing her too hard. Now, something I want to talk about is Belle's mouth and posture. So she is an incredibly soft horse. She's very, very light in the mouth. I don't think I've quite got the bit situation quite perfect. But what you can see is that she quite often will have her nose too low and she's tucking herself behind the vertical. Now, my rein contact is really, really light. I'm trying very hard to keep her super soft in my hand and not hold the rein contact, but my hand position is very important. So you can see her mouth is moving a little bit. You can see she's kind of opening and closing her mouth. This isn't because of pressure, but this is potentially because of where the bit is sitting in her mouth. So what Abby had me doing was just changing my hand positioning, and you'll see it completely in this next video. So you can see that I'm just carrying my hands further out and up in front of me and not asking Belle at all to be rounder. In fact, allowing her to find her balance more up in the connection. And there are moments where it's a little bit quick, where she's not got her balance, but you can see that this is a much more healthy positioning than that of when she really tucks behind the vertical. You can see here now Poll is more in line with Withers and she's a little more balanced in her whole top line. Now, Belle hasn't been doing loads of ridden work recently. We've been focusing a huge amount on the groundwork, which you would have seen in my previous video. So she's not very strong yet. So I don't want you to kind of say, oh, this doesn't look perfect. Yeah, no, it absolutely doesn't look perfect. And if I was here just showing you perfect, I don't think I'd ever get to make a video. But what I am showing you is progress. And here, that was really nice there. You can see she held herself through her top line in a really consistent way. And this is really important to show because this is a horse that is ready to go and do some more work. But as you can see, it's not perfect. She's not fully strong. It's not fully balanced. But I wanted to show you this session because I think that this is really important. So we went through the trot, and as you can see, she found her balance really nicely. She was able to make some nice shapes through the trot poles. And then we went up into canter. Now I'm going to level with you guys. This horse's canter is huge. She has this kind of enormous, powerful back end, and I'll be totally honest, I actually struggled to sit on it. So I kind of wanted to stand up and go light in my seat, but in doing that, I was then putting too much weight over her shoulders. She's kind of like a rocking horse, but not got the strength to sit over the hind leg yet. So Abby was getting me to work over these poles, and as you can see, it was chaos to start with, but that's okay. No judgment of the chaos, just pick the canter back up again and come back to it. So I had to keep coming through the corner. That was better that time. Keep coming through the corner, make sure I kept sitting onto the canter to keep pushing the hind leg under and helping her find her balance through her front end. Much better there as well. Still finding that softness of the rib cage a little bit difficult, but definitely getting there. So we went from that exercise to riding a kind of figure of eight exercise. So we started with the poles going the other way. As you can see, that was much better. I was finding my distance off the corner. Right canter is much easier for her. Her right stifle is weaker than her left. So it's easier for her when the right stifle is on the inside. You can see that left hind is stronger and more pushing. So then we took the good canter we had created through those three poles over through this distance. Now this was hard. So you had 2 in, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 out. And what I was finding is she would land over those poles with her back legs a little bit, like touching them. And what Abby was talking about was asking me to actually sit down over those 3 poles and encourage her to use more her hind leg. Lovely flying change there, Belle, over that second pole. So what it was is those 2 poles coming in and then 3 strides through the middle, and then I needed to sit down to create a better sitting canter here, and I didn't make it at all, and it was long and it was flatter. Still still pleased with her. I'm not, this isn't on her, this is on me, a lot of it, to create more strength in the canter. But it was really interesting to have these 2 exercises, 3, 2, 1, and that change again, through these poles, to start seeing where the canter is at. My arena at home is incredibly small, so it's really hard to be working on a bigger canter in that space. 3, 2, 1, half a stride, blah, 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 all over the place. I just brought her back in a bit of a sharp way. Probably shouldn't make downward transitions like that. So I took off my jumper because I was a little warm, and then we went again through the whole course. So I was really making sure now that I was carrying my hands. You can see her posture is different now. She's not tucking behind the vertical, which means then she's got that more direct connection to the hind leg. So I was coming through these poles, making a change over the last pole. And then we come round the corner, maintaining the canter through the corner, really sitting myself up, keeping that hand up. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. It felt fast there, but actually I stayed with it and went with her, and I was pleased with that. Coming off the corner, lifting the hand, trying to encourage her not to just tuck behind and drop off the bridle. You see she touches every pole, and we find that distance a little bit difficult there, but I stay riding positive, stay riding forwards. It's really interesting actually riding through these exercises just as poles, and Abby very rightly reminded me that actually you can adjust over these poles. It doesn't matter if you get it slightly wrong because they're just poles. And it's okay to be adjusting them and asking them a little bit more because they are just poles. So we went once more, got our change a bit nicer there at the beginning. And then we were really finding the canter here. You can see I'm really like asking her, sitting her up a little bit, giving her a little nudge with my leg. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Nice change there. She was definitely getting a little bit tired by this point, so I was mindful that I needed to ask her to dig a little deeper. And I think Abby did actually say to me, come on, she can dig a little deeper here. Found that again difficult, but better through the second half. And I think a lot of that is me losing the canter a little bit round the corner and then needing to work a little bit harder. This was good here, nice canter, bit of a duffy stride on the way in, but actually she found her balance on the way out and didn't touch those second poles because she was sitting in a better position in her body. And then we came on the right rein just to finish over that last line of poles. You can see the canter this way is definitely easier. She's finding that balance a little better. I find a stride more easily. Bigger canter on this way. I almost have to set things up, sit things down a little bit more. And that was what we did with Belle. I was really positive session, and I'm really looking forward to getting her out and doing more things and showing you guys all the progress that she makes. So next up we were on to do Raven. She is 5 years old. She is here on training livery with me and has been for a little while. She came initially to be rebacked, and now we are out and doing fun stuff. So this is her second time at Arena Hire, and as you can see, she is absolutely nailing it. She's a really cool young horse. She was quite sharp when she first came, but now we've worked really hard and she's just got such a lovely level brain. So we work on similar exercises as we were with Belle, except this time we are using fences. So you can see that we're just finding our balance, making sure that I'm staying very level. I've realised I'm really not very rider fit, so keeping myself up and tall and supporting them with my leg is incredibly important, because otherwise they ask me for support, and if I'm not strong in myself and consistent in my leg and my hand, they don't feel like they can answer the question that I'm asking of them. And that was something that Abby was really impressing upon me. Terrible stride on the way in there from me, too deep. If that I am completely consistent all the time, consistent in the leg pressure, consistent in the hand contact, consistent in my body, they can then become much more consistent in themselves. We don't worry about young horses knocking jumps down at any point, by the way. This is just a case of them needing to learn, and also me putting them in a good position. You know, half of this is about us, and it's important that if we are holding them accountable only when we realize that we are 100% consistent. And can we ever be 100% consistent? So this was a slightly more technical line, so that's why I'm coming in trot. And there I just found that distance through the middle a little bit difficult, but again, Abby was saying, don't worry, she's got to work it out, and she can then work it out when you are still and consistent. Nice canter, and it was balanced, and it was easy. And she jumped through there really, really nicely, making a lovely shape, nice and soft in the neck the whole way through. So we jump round once more, just half the course. Really nice through there, lovely and soft, really making a lovely shape. This is what I was really learning when I was setting her up consistently. She was then able to start making a better shape over the fences and just finding her own balance. I think holding myself accountable was really important in this, and actually I've been working a lot on my own strength, and the difference has been huge because I'm able to sort of sit stiller and get out of their way. So happy with little Raven. So we're all loaded up. It's a bit windy and stuff, so we just got them sorted, got them on the box, and now we're heading back to the
5 a year here early on.
Heading back to the yard. Very good. Really interesting. I have so little rider fitness at the moment, having ridden lots of 4-year-olds and not done very much of that sort of stuff, but really, really good to be back doing it and getting some training. I love training. So much fun. Right, going to go back at the yard. Absolute chaos because we've got to swap Belle for the horse that's in the field. The client is here for the next horse. Welcome to my logistical life nightmare. Whose is that? There's a new bit that's arrived. Right, turnout plans. B, Belle, Zora, Blondie Badon. Blondie just put her ears back at you as you walk past. Having a nice time. Oh, lovely, Zora. Very polite. Who did this bit of fencing? It's not terrible. We do own a saw. It's great. That needs mending. Zora, that is so unhelpful. Have a great time. Enjoy the grass. Good girl, Belarus. Well, we have now got a busy couple of hours with lots of clients. So I'm going to end this video here. Hope you enjoyed the voiceover. What are you shouting about? Oh, these mares. I'm going to now go and have a rather windy few hours working all the rest of the horses, of which there are 10. 10? No. 8. 4 lots. So that's good. It's fine. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and share. Hit subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys for next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.